You may be wondering what we seniors will be doing in 25 years, so Michelle Smith, our class prophet, will give her vision of the future.
The years have passed, and now all of us are old. When we graduated, we all swore we would leave West Jefferson and never come back. But somehow it didn't work out that way. Take me, for instance. I decided I would become a doctor. I did finish medical school, but then I invented a cure for freckles, so I was able to retire comfortably. Living in a big city isn't exactly what it's cracked up to be. So when I got my invitation for the 25th class reunion, I took the first plane down to West Jefferson. What I found there I will never forget. When I got off the plane, I was met by Tracy Metcalf, the head of the reunion committee. I couldn't believe my eyes. She at least gained 100 pounds. She told me she had to take a bus because her car was tore up again. When we boarded the bus, I noticed the bus driver had penny loafers on and his pants were pulled up to his armpits. He had a striking resemblance to Mr. Nick, but it was Billy Kaiser. He explained the rules of the bus and we proceeded to West Jefferson. The whole way down I kept thinking, a bus to West Jefferson? We finally pulled into the bus station and it felt so good to be back. When I stepped off, I was in shock. West Jefferson wasn't the same little town I had left. There was a hotel right across from where I was standing. It just happened to be the Red Roof Inn. I went in to get my room and there right in front of me was Kim Thomas, the hotel manager. Of course she didn't recognize me without my freckles, so I introduced myself. She explained that when the highway came through West Jefferson, it changed almost overnight. Kim gave me a tour of the hotel. First she took me to the pool area. While I was admiring the pool, I started to laugh uncontrollably. LaShonda Jackson was the lifeguard. LaShonda said that after her near-fatal accident, she decided to take swimming lessons and become the lifeguard she'd always wanted to be. On the way back to my room, I saw a man cleaning the carpets. It was David Cox. He told me that after a brief career as a comedian, he took over his father's carpet cleaning business. We talked briefly and then I retired to my room so I could get ready for the big event. I made an appointment to get my hair done at the newest salon in town, Beth's Hair Designs. On my way back to the salon, the taxi driver, Leslie Sharp, told me that after coming in second place in the Winston Cup points 5 straight times, he gave up and became a taxi driver. We said goodbye and I walked into Beth's salon. The first person I recognized was Tanya Pate. She was sitting under an old-fashioned hairdryer and chatting with Robin Tucker. Tanya invited me to a big party at her house after the reunion. I asked her about my old friend Ginger Logan. Somehow we had lost touch over the years. It seemed that Gin had never quite gotten over not being allowed to sing the class song, and in rebellion she'd started her own singing career. Since she outranked Madonna with her voice and notoriety, Gin did not receive an invitation to the reunion, but rumor has it she's going to show up anyway. Robin told me about her newest husband and about her new plant shop called Bush. Before she could tell me any more, Beth grabbed me and started to do my hair. She actually did a good job. After she was finished, I told Beth that I was extremely hungry and she took me to James and Dawkins restaurant called the Greasy Spoon. So I went there to eat. As I walked in the door, I noticed Stephanie Bell. She was sitting at the bar eating sausage and pinto bean platter. I was shocked to see that she was pregnant, especially when she explained that it was her 9th child. She told me Chico was her doctor, and he had delivered all of them so far. She also said that Chico had 6 of his own, and that he lives right down the street from her and Fred. Stephanie had some good gossip for me. She told me Jason Rollins never decided what career he wanted, after obtaining 19 degrees, he retired to his special home. He will be escorted to the reunion in a straitjacket by 2 security guards. I was curious about a club in town, so I checked it out. It was called 3 Flags Over Roddy's. And it had a really cool band. Jeremy Hogan was the lead singer, Joel Engelbert played the drums, and Hoyt Brown played the guitar. Chad Hathcock was the owner of this fine establishment. I was on my way back to the Red Roof Inn when I passed a big neon sign that said, "Quincy's on your side." So I walked in and asked the receptionist if Quincy Gibson worked there. She said yes and took me to his office. He seemed happy to see me and began to tell me why he became a lawyer. Quincy said he had so many lawsuits against him that it was cheaper for him to study law and defend himself in court. He asked me if I had heard that Kenneth Hester was put in the Guinness Book of World Record for keeping the same haircut for 40 years. I asked how the school was going, and Quincy told me that it had been remodeled and it was in great condition. The faculty changed too. 5 years after David Barr graduated, he took Coach Thomas's place as the football coach. Brian Phillips was the basketball coach and the pre-cal teacher. After 3 divorces and losing all of his money, Kylie Davis moved back to West Jefferson and became the baseball coach and took Mr. Krill's place teaching Spanish. I hurried back to the hotel, changed into my new dress, and got to the reunion on time, believe it or not. I was so glad to see everyone. Everyone was having a great time, but then we were interrupted by West Jefferson's principal, Jason Nicholas. He gave a long, boring speech and said that he was sorry to say that State Senator Daniel Metcalf could not make it tonight. Daniel was on the Arsenio Hall show playing the saxophone with ex-President Bill Clinton. Rumor has it that Daniel has a great chance of becoming the next president. That night, we all said our goodbyes, probably for the last time.